Dave from Eeriearachnids. Welcome back to the channel. It's not really been a while. I mean, we did a test video the other day with the new camera. I found a few flaws that I needed to change. Moving this camera, if you're moving it when you're filming, it seems to, I don't know if it's pixelized or it just blurs out a little bit when the camera is moving. So I'm playing with that a little bit, trying to get all that straightened out. But I wanted to do an update video of some things that tarantulas some molted. We had one pass away. But I want to first start by saying thank you for all the condolences and the well wishes for the passing of my grandmother. 9 years she was in that nursing home, so it sucks to lose a family member, but it was the best thing for her. Probably should have happened years ago, but she was a fighter and trooper, and she hung on as long as she could. In that aspect, I found this girl, and you really can't probably tell because I can't zoom in on the front camera, but this is the Brachypelma misamasalis. I fought for 6 months to try and keep this little girl alive. You know, water, feeding, just praying that we got to the next molt and hopefully she would make it through. I really didn't expect her to make it through another molt. I was pretty much 99% positive that she probably would have passed away in the next molt. But she passed away on the 2nd of January, which was a day after my grandmother died. So I'm gonna resign the fact that Grandma knew how much she was suffering, and she took her with her. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go on. She was tough to keep alive. She really was. It was a lot of work, a lot of worrying and constantly checking and making sure that there's water and dampness, and with the lull of all the stuff that went on over the weekend with the funeral and passing of my grandmother period. I did not water her over the course of those 3 or 4 days. Now, her water dish was dry, but there was still damp substrate around it. But who knows? So what we're going to do today is just some update stuff of some things going on up here. The 5 new ones that came in, take a look and see what they've done over the last couple days. I was kind of worried about one of the Terran Aquila marinus kigomas, but I was pleasantly surprised this morning with the artwork that it's done inside there, because it really didn't move for the first day or two. A couple of tarantulas that I've rehoused recently, we'll see what they've done over the course of the last couple of weeks. One of the Terran Aquila marinus, I think Tete, and one of the Mozambiques, the Lugardi. We're going to rehouse the Santa Catalina in another video. What we're going to try anyway. She is pretty skittish, so I'm worried about her jetting. So we might do it off camera. You know me, I'm not a real fan of doing the rehousing videos or the unboxing videos on camera, just because of my limited space and where I'm at here. I'm looking at getting, like I said, new curtains for here, darker curtains to eliminate that light behind me. Lynn's just said just put a blanket up there, but I'd like to actually get some darker things, kind of match the new sheets that I got and new comforter I got for Christmas. Thanks so far for those of you that joined in the 2K giveaway. That's doing really well. A lot of people have put in that they wanted to win, so I'm going to wish everybody good luck. But we're going to do that in a few more weeks yet. We're still going to wait till, I think I'm going to wait till the end of January. Probably around the 21st to the 25th, somewhere in that area. Yeah, so let's just move forward with the updates, and hope you guys enjoy. Okay, everybody. So getting used to this new phone, the Samsung S7. It's been a little trial and error so far. But our first update is going to be with the Terran Aquila cordatus, the Kilimanjaro mustard baboon. One of my favorite Terran Aquilas. I just love the real dark colors on this one as it'll get older. I did have a young female before that didn't make it. I think she died around the 2.5 inch mark, roughly in that area. But hopefully this one will make it. In fact, that's the only Terran Aquilas that ever. Oh no, the species of Russia also died on me. But so yeah, let's try and feed this one. You can see it come out there. Now get the cricket out of there. It's going to be a whole nother story. There's 2 crickets in there. I don't want 2 crickets in there. There we go. Nice little guy. Yeah, so I've got to work with more African species. I think I just enjoy them much better, or much more, I should say. The way that they burrow, the way that they look, the way that they web, everything about them. I've noticed with Terran Aquila caudatus, again, I had one before. It didn't really web all that much, just a little bit, but they do like to burrow. And they generally like to burrow like on a slant. So when the rainy season comes, their burrow will be like on the downslope of where the water would come, and the water would kind of flow over their holes instead of, you know, if they did it on the upper part, it would flow up to their hole and then in. This kind of filters over top and well, goes over top, the water flow over top of them, so it doesn't generally go down into their burrow very much. So they will do a L-shaped burrow. They'll go down and then they'll go to an L, and they sometimes will do a U off of that L. This one you can see has gone straight down here. That's where it came up, but it also has dug this stuff out here. So yeah, Terran Aquila caudatus, the Kilimanjaro mustard. Let's move on. Okay, so the next one that we have here is the carabiner lata. We moved this one out of a enclosure like this one into this bigger, I think this is a 30 dram right here. Beautiful blue little bugger. Feisty, very, very feisty and crazy. We'll try and throw a cricket in there and see what happens. We'll see how good of a view we can have from up top here. See if we can't get a nice little takedown out of this one. Again, I really didn't think I didn't have plans on feeding any of these, but what the heck, huh? Nope, he got it. I'm sorry, I was trying to put the lid back on. Got it from the bottom. So there's a pretty good view of how blue they are, and these will turn more of a brownish color when they start to grow. This is part of the Vicularia subfamily. They used to be Avicularia, but were transferred into the carabiner genus. Was that last February? February 2018, or was it 2017? I can't remember. I think it was 2018. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so the next one here, as you can see, it's crawling around, is the Vicularia metallica. You can see there's the molt right there, and the little one right here. So we're going to try and feed this one also. This one's been a little feisty lately. Molted about, sorry about you seeing my hand there, like super big, huh? Everything looks huge with this camera now. I like it. I like the actual camera itself. Throw a cricket in there and see if we can't get a picture of it this way. There's the spider and the cricket right there. We should be ready to eat by now. So it's just going to be just a matter of time before the little one sees it. I did not even pull the molt out to check it, as you can tell. Let's see if that one will eventually find the cricket and take it down. Maybe we'll get a picture of it. You're probably seeing, again, this seems to be a much clearer picture videotaping than the S5 was, and it also a lot closer. So the videos that are upcoming, I have to learn this camera, so you have to bear with me. I hope that, excuse me, they turn out okay. I'm hoping that they do, but yeah, you never know. I don't know. Learning something new. Okay, so here's one of the two of the Terran Oculus, or Terran Aquilas, whichever you prefer to pronounce it as. Marinus, this is the Kigoma, the locale. These are the ones I've been looking forward to for quite a long time. We're going to throw a little cricket in there and see if this one might be interested. You can see the spider right there. I don't know if these ones will be ready to eat yet. They are, they're kind of quick, but you can see all the webbing that it's done. It dug itself a little tunnel there where the cricket is right now, and it's pulled all this dirt up top. The other one's done pretty much the same exact thing. You can see how tiny they actually are. They're not very big whatsoever. So these are apparently called the BCF. I don't know what the BCF stands for, but when you're dealing with these color forms of the Terran Aquila, or Terran Aquila, it's better to actually use the locale instead of the color form. So instead of saying Terran Aquila TCF, you know, say Terran Aquila Mozambique, that would be, or Terran Aquila marinus Mozambique, I should say. That would be the proper way to identify these, or talk about these, really. The cricket's coming up top now. We'll see if the spider decides to, no, doesn't decide to do anything. So yeah, we'll see how it goes with these two. I'm looking forward to raising these two up, and now that there's some here in the United States, it's much better. We might be able to get some of these paired up, and maybe in the next couple of years you'll see these for sale quite often. Okay, so here's the second of the two Terran Aquila marinus Kigoma locale. We'll see if this cricket will stay in there. Probably won't. So what we'll do is we'll put the lid on. We'll look at it from the side. You can see the cricket up top. I can't wait to grow these two up to at least juvenile stage. You know, when they get to that 1.5 to 2 inch mark is where they're really a lot of fun. Not that they're not a lot of fun at this size, because they will take down stuff that you wouldn't think they would. But they're still getting used to their surroundings. You can see again that these were basically dirt to that level right there with that little plant. So they'd done some digging and webbed up all the way around both plants. Both of the spiders did, and made themselves a little home. This little guy's right there. You can see the like orangish, little orangish butt there. So yeah, they're doing so far so good here, and we're going to go on with the 3 Eeriearachnids, the Vicularia Eeriearachnids morph type 2s, the purple Peru. I have 3 little crickets left. We'll feed them, and then we'll move on to some things that have molted, and some interesting homes that some of the spiders have made for themselves. Okay, so here's the first of the 3 Eeriearachnids. There it is down there. We'll throw this cricket in and see if, and this is the first feeding of these ones since they came in. We'll see how interested they are. Seems to be a little bit interested there. They're really cool. I mean, the Vicularia generally, they pretty much all look the same. Little babies. They're not much different. They have black little boots, and they're generally a dark carapace and dark abdomen. And these ones have. This is the one actually that I think this is the one that kind of walked around a little bit, just on me, on my hand, and then right back into the enclosure. But they're a lot of fun. The Avicularias are a lot of fun. You know, a lot of people like to just collect them. And that's actually not a bad thing. You know, like I said before, sometimes quality over quantity. And, you know, if you got yourself an Avicularia obsession, there's a lot of different morph types to collect. And there's tons of them here in the States in the hobby, so that it's not like they're hard to find. So, yeah, I would highly suggest trying to maybe not just specialize. I wouldn't say specialize, but specialize your collection to Avicularia. Same thing could be said for things like Salmopaeus or some of the other genus, Brachypelma, you know, things like that, that you enjoy keeping, and try to collect them all, I guess you could say. Oh, there we go. We're feeling that. Don't want to get it yet, but we're feeling it. So yeah, real cute little dudes. So these I spray down every couple days. So they're probably due for a spray down. Probably should do it today, since they came in on. When they came in Thursday. So again, this is the first time I've tried to feed any of these, any of the 5 that you're seeing, that you'll see here. But they're so cute and fluffy and adorable. Let's see if we can. I just got an OtterBox in, brand new OtterBox, and if you've ever put an OtterBox on your phone, they're real rigid for a while, and the screen protector kind of bubbles up a little bit, so it's kind of hard to, you know, get the screen to do what I want it to do. So until this thing softens up a little bit, we'll have to just bear with me. But I think the quality of this camera is a lot better. This films in HD. I don't think that the Samsung S5 did. So you have to let me know how good the filming is. Okay, so this is the second of the Eeriearachnids, Vicularia Eeriearachnids. We'll try and. Oh, now we were going to tongue feed it, but like the cricket leg came off where I was holding it. Neither one of the first two don't really seem super interested in eating, but the first one didn't take that cricket yet either. So the third one's going to get a roach. I'll have to go and get it a roach because one of the little tiny crickets took off as usual. I don't do very well at crickets, at least keeping them in, and I try to catch them in the tongs, and it's like catching a fly with chopsticks. So yeah, and here's the third of the three. So this one will just get a little tiny baby roach. You can see this one has the tallest of the enclosures. This one is pretty much the same size as the other, just a different style. It's just a tube all the way down instead of the contour straight edge at the bottom like this one. You can see the flat part there. This one's just a regular old vial, and then we have a little bit one that's just a little bit taller. I'm bumping the mic. You're going to hear some crazy sounds, I think. Anyway, here is the Brachypelma smithy, that little tiny sling. This one molted. You can see it still looks like a gummy bear. Molted yesterday. The exoskeleton, or the exuvia, is in there somewhere. Oh, it's right next to it. So all three of the little tiny ones, the Difficillus, the Paribana, and this one, all have finally molted. So that's good. Really excited about that. So this one will be fed here in another day or two. Once I see that jelly look go away, or the clear translucent look of the carapace, once it darkens up just a little bit more, we'll be able to feed these. You don't really need to wait a week with these little tiny slings, only a couple days. They are usually pretty good to go. They harden up real fast. Oop. Okay, so here is my recently molted Avicularia species. We're not really quite sure what this one is. We'll see if we're ready to eat yet. Oh yeah, we are. Nice takedown there, little one. I didn't see any indications of female yet in this one, so we're going to call it a suspected male for now, but nice looking little dude. As you can see, we're ready to eat. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, I do like this camera. I mean, just looking at it while I'm filming, the detail looks much crisper than the S5 did. What I want to do is actually set both the cameras up, because I can still do that. Set both of the cameras up and film the same thing, and just kind of see, you know, the differences between the two. I should be able to just email the video off my old one to my new phone, and we'll go from there and see how that works out. But yeah, that's I'm kind of interested to see how, you know, again, to me visually right now it looks so much crisper, but that just could be because I'm filming with it, and I still think it looks better. I mean, even the detail of the holes and the webbing and everything just seem to pop a little bit better than they did before. And this is just using a light down below and the light up above. I do not have a light on the camera right now. There's a way to increase the light on here. I just haven't figured all that out yet, using the flash and some other things. I'm still learning that part, so it's kind of interesting, the things that you could do and the differences between this phone and that phone. This phone, to me, seems a lot more technical than the last phone did, which you would expect as the phones advance, but things that seem so easy on the last phone are escaping me on this phone, trying to even, you know, get the flash, try to figure out where the flash actually is. I can see a way to turn the light up when you film or take a picture, and I'm assuming that that's just the flash, but I haven't really tried much of that at all. You can see the little one doing the happy dance there. Okay, well, I don't want to spend too much time on this one. I would show you my simulpass Victoria, but I want to film her in private so I could try and get a good clip out of her for Fatal Fangs if I do move forward. Like I said, I do have a few clips that I liked that I've held back. Well, I haven't really held back, but I can use for Fatal Fangs, let's put it that way. And there's a couple spiders that I'm going to be filming off to the side to see what we get out of them. And like I said, hopefully we'll advance in this next round. It started today. I don't know where I'm at. When I looked at it earlier, the beginning there was like 36 votes, and I was at 48%, and the other guy was at 52%. So yeah, we'll just bear with it through the week. If we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. Actually, at this point, it doesn't really make a difference to me anymore. It's just fun to be in it, and just to kind of see how the days go and the voting goes, and all the other clips. There's some really good ones this weweek. Mark's Tarantula's got a pretty decent one. The difference between Predator Prey Online and Tom Moran is very, very minute. So those two, I think, are going to battle all the way to the end, probably the last day before that one's decided. So let's move on to a couple other trenches that we've rehoused recently and show you them. And then we're going to wrap this video up. We're going to get it uploaded. And while we're doing that, I have a couple scorpions to pack and Cujo, the Grammostola pulchripes, to pack and get those two ready to go tomorrow after work. Yeah, clear a little bit of space and make a couple people happy. I didn't charge either one of them for the spider or the scorpions. They just took care of shipping. So, yeah. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, so first is the Brachypelma classy. You can see how large this one is. It's been about a month since it fed, so we're probably approaching a pre-molt situation, which is what I really, really want. I expect some color out of this one on the next molt. We didn't really get much of anything color-wise this last molt, so we moved this one out of a softball enclosure into a 1/24 die-cast car display case. Pretty basic. I glued 2 pieces of cork bark together for a hide, put a little plant on top, a little plant on the side, and then of course the water dish in the corner. It needs some water in it, and just some substrate. This one's not really too much of a digger. It kind of utilized the way I put the wood in last time to kind of create a escape route, but this one seems to be out on top more than it is anywhere else. So looking forward to this one to molt hopefully soon. I would say hopefully by mid-February. I would hope that this one molts into some beautiful Mexican pink tarantula. Okay, so this is the enclosure for the Terran Aquila marinus Mozambique #1. There's 2 of these in my collection. This was the last of the 5, so I had 3 tetes, 2 Mozambiques. This was the last one that I moved, or last one that I rehoused, I should say. We put a little roach in there, as you can see, crawling around. I haven't seen this one really since I put it in here, and it started to actually dig. It took a couple days, and you can see the artwork it's done in the back here. So this log kind of goes all the way across, all the way to that point right there. It's dug over here in the corner like they always seem to want to do, and there's an escape route there, and escape route right there. I didn't give this one a ton of substrate because I wanted to do a lot of on-top webbing, and it just found a way to dig underneath the log and hide underneath there. So they will do what they need to do to make themselves comfortable. If you give them real small amount of substrate, even less than what I have in here, because there's a couple spots that are a little bit higher than the other ones, they will just web and make tunnels. Those are the ones that I feel that are more apt to bolt on you because they don't feel as secure as when they have like dirt over top of them. If that makes any sense to you at all, that's how I rationalize things. A spider that has a roof, especially fossorial, a roof like dirt or a log or, excuse me, a half round cork bark or whatever it may be, is a much more secure tarantula than one that just has webbing all the way around them. At least that's the way I've seen it, and that's the way I watch people's videos. I see that some of the people that have spiders that are just webbed, nothing but web, especially these old world ones, seem to want to, are a lot more antsy and seem to want to take off a lot quicker than ones that have room to burrow and dirt to burrow in. I think they feel much more secure this way. As you can see, this one does not want to come out. Probably will later on. We'll see. This one may have been in pre-molt when I put it in. I'm not 100% positive on that. It's been a little while, so I can't remember. So, oh, no, it's not. You could see, as you can see right here, see the feet? Right there. So we can get the roach over that way. I think we might actually get a takedown. So we're just going to kind of let this play out, see if we can't get that roach to go over there. These roaches are not easily manipulated when they find someplace they think they can hide. And it's going to go down inside the burrow there, and that's not what we want. So if I see the spider take off from the left-hand side back down in, it knows that there's something in there that it can eat. But they're very, very pretty. The patterning and the coloration of these, you know, put them on an OBT, even though orange is really, really cool. I think these colors that these other ones have, the darker color form, the true color form, which is a little bit more tan. I guess the BCF might be the black color form, I'm not sure. Then you have the Cordatus that's kind of darker. It's got more of a blackish coloration to it. The Lugardi's more of a tan. The Kigomas are a little bit, there's a lot of different colors in those ones. I think they're the prettiest out of all of them, I think, the Kigomas. I actually regret not getting a couple more of them. So I may have to get a hold of Austin and see what he's got left as far as those are concerned, and possibly pick up a few of those. Although I am considering a Herpactira baviana, I think that's how you pronounce that, from Pulp Friction, and there's a couple other Herpactira species that they have that I would consider getting. So I'm looking at those, and I've not had very much luck with Hysterocrates, so I might try the Gigas again, but I'd like them to be a little bit bigger than the 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch ones that I've been getting, because I can't seem to keep those alive either. Okay, well, we're not going to come out, I guess. If it does, we'll bring you back to it, but we're going to check out the Lugardi now. So with the Lugardi, what I did here is I actually built this. Okay, this stuff is all glued together. This is actually bark or twisted beechwood that I found down at Presque Isle. Little pieces of these, I kind of glued them together and put them onto a piece of cork bark right there, and then it's glued all the way over here to a piece of cork bark over here, and then I put a lot of substrate on this side. I honestly do not know where the tarantula went. I'm assuming that we're in this area because I did make a starter burrow there for it. But this is the Terran Aquila Lugardi, and if you go to the YouTube and you type in Terran Aquila Lugardi, you're going to see a lot of YouTube videos with a spider that's got tons of webbing. And I found with this, because they do tend to and will make a small trapdoor, and I don't know if it's really so much as a trapdoor as much as a dirt webbed over, and they just kind of burst out of nowhere to come and get their prey. We like to call it trapdoor, but it's not the same sense as like the Aimira or actual trapdoor spiders. So we're going to throw this roach in there and just see what happens. Again, I'm not really quite sure where the spiders made its home, but when they hit real hard and they hit real quick. They're a lot of fun. This is Terran Aquilas are just, I love them all. There's not any of them that I don't like. You could see kind of like, I'll try and point it out. I'm not really quite sure. Hey, what did I do with that? Here it is. Maybe we could use this. I got this for work a long time ago. There it is. So you can see the laser right there. That little area right there, I do believe, is where the Lugardi has made its home, because that's where I made the starter burrow, and this bark and stuff was not there. I have to use this a little bit more, huh? Instead of trying to point, I can just say, hey, check out where the laser is over there, and that's where the spider's at. I don't use it at work very often, so I brought it at home. I brought it back home. This video is probably not going to be a lot of fun. It's just going to be, again, this is more of a test for me, and just to give you guys an idea what's going on. And just to show off a few things that we've done over the course of the last month. I haven't done a ton of videos on things that I've had. The last few feeding videos have all been music. I know people have enjoyed that, but I've got a lot of comments saying, hey, we like to listen to you talk, because when you talk, we learn things. So it's kind of hard to please everybody, so we're going to have to just kind of mix it up a little bit and see what happens. So we'll do a little bit of each. And I have found a way now with this new upgrade to my app that I've been using, which is Viva Video, by the way. I can actually control how long music plays. So if I want to just do a clip with just music in it, I can do that. And before I couldn't do that. I would have to film the clip, put music in it, and then put all the clips together, cram them all together in a different video, which I don't need to do that anymore. So I have a lot more options available to me. I can start putting the text up on top like you guys have seen. And I'm kind of excited to see how this app works out. Since they did a lot of upgrades, there's a ton of different music I can use, and it's all duty-free, or I don't want to say duty-free. It's not the right word, right? It's copyright-free, so I can put it in, any of the videos. I can use some of the songs that I like a little bit more often. But I do like having music a little bit. I'm going to try doing a music background in one of the videos and a voiceover. So I'll look forward to stuff like that coming in the near future. I did take a look at a couple spiders, like my Acanthoscurria musculosa. Looks male, unfortunately. That was one I definitely wanted to hopefully have a female of, but it is what it is, right? So we're going to bring one more down on my Phormictopus auratus molted. I don't know if I told you guys the other day that one was close to molting, but that one molted. I I think that's it. We're gonna bring down one of the other Terran Aquilas. I think it's the other Mozambique, and we're gonna feed that one because it didn't eat the last time I tried to feed it after it molted, and then the cricket died, so I took it out. So we'll try and feed it a small roach and see what happens. Okay, so there is the spider in the corner. I hope that it'll come and get this because that roach has got to cooperate though. They are so pretty, and this one is showing quite a bit of the coloration, which I probably should have just used a mealworm to get it to come out. But again, this one hasn't eaten since it molted, so it should be pretty much ready to eat a skunk if it came by. Oh, look at, oh man, they're just absolutely gorgeous. The patterns are just unbelievable. It senses that roach down there. Oh, see you later. Bring it out. Please. Come right down on the webbing. If you care about me at all, spider, you will come out so that I can get a real nice picture of you to use as a thumbnail. I don't think the spider really cares. So I've been talking to Andrew from Andrew's Exotics a little bit, and he's such a personable person, and you know, really, he's a waiter, so he's with the public a lot, and he's got a lot of good people skills. And I said to him that I think he should be in front of the camera a little bit more, you know, do an intro and an outro, and he tried it out, and he seems to be liking it. You know, the feedback for it was really good, so I decided to do that intro I did today. I don't know that I'll do an outro. Maybe I will, but tell me what you guys think. Would you rather just? I know a lot of people are just going to shut up and do the spiders, you know, because there are people like that you know just have to say stuff like that. But I know some of you enjoy listening to me. I just wish there was a better backdrop for me to film at. So you know, when I'm in front of the camera, it's a little bit different than what I have. Oh yeah, there you are. You can come this way. I will not be disappointed whatsoever. Yeah, this way. No, don't do it there. Come out here and do it. All right, well, we'll just have to try and do this then. I'll move you a little closer and see if I can get it so that the camera's not going to take off on me, because it looks like it wants to slide on. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to end it here. I'm not going to do an outro on this video, but if you guys think I should start doing some personal outros, by all means, look at that thing. Oop. Bear with me until I get this tripod right. These, I call them octopus tripods or whatever, the bendable ones. Even though there's only 3 legs, they're really, really bendy. If you don't get them right, they start to slide with the weight of the camera, especially when you have the camera facing down like I do. But look at that thing. Let me take a picture. We'll use that as a thumbnail. And yeah, see, it needs to be like right there and right there. We can hold it right there. Beautiful. So yeah, we'll end it here. And again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you for all the support that you guys have given me over the past a little over 2 years, a little under 2 years actually. You know, I've had a lot of comments of people, you know, because I asked how long you've been a subscriber. Not that it means anything as far as winning the thing. I just kind of curious how long people have been around, and I was surprised that some people have been around for quite a long time. As you can see, the spider now has dropped the roach, and we'll kind of like web around it a little bit, and then it'll pick it back up. Just gorgeous, gorgeous colors. And again, the Terran Aquilas, if they're, excuse me, got a cold, if they are comfortable in their home, they don't want to leave it. It's when they're not comfortable or when people are messing with them is when they decide, I'm out of here. Or if you throw a feeder too close to them, it startles them. But look at that left rear leg there, the reddish setae on the back there. It's not anywhere else on the spider except for there and on the opposite leg. Pretty cool. So again, thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the bell. I haven't been saying this a lot lately, but hit the bell up there so you can get notifications of when new videos are going to come out. I'm going to try and do a schedule, but it's not going to start till February because of all the hoopla that's gone on the last few days. Kind of put a monkey wrench in my works here. Not that I really had much of anything planned, but work is slowed down now. We won't be working overtime anymore. I mean, I'll still have my every other weekends at least, and I probably volunteer for an extra weekend here or there because I think we're going to have to get a new car for me this year. This one's just costing us way too much money. So, yeah. There's a Patreon. I have a Patreon. I don't have the link for it because I haven't had anybody do it. If you are interested, there's also a PayPal me account. If you're interested in helping out, please just let me know and I'll give you the information. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to do it. It's just if that's what you would like to do, I'm more than happy to use the money towards things here at Eeriearachnids. It won't go for things like my car or anything like that. But now that I have the new camera, I don't have to worry about that. We have, I think, the sufficient lighting that I need. It'll be just for tools and stuff. Maybe a spider that I wouldn't be able to get in any other way, because of expenses or what it may be. But having a couple spiders that I really liked die over the past few months. That started with the Selenocosmia melanotarsum. Just absolutely loved that spider, and it passed in a molt. The Megaphoboma mesomysalis, and of course Cheeto. It kind of makes me want to rethink what I do and how I do it and what I want to work with. And guys like this one here, or gals I should say, are definitely at the very apex of what I want to collect. So try to work with more African species. The Hysterocrates, I'd like to get those down. We may have to get some more Balfours because we do have a mature male and a immature female. I'll probably send the male out actually on a breeding loan. I'm really considering that, even though the hobby is just like inundated with Balfours right now. Vlad from Vikings Inverts has just bred the crap out of them this year, and a couple other people have had a lot of success with egg sacs. So there's tons of babies coming up. I think he had like 5 or 6 egg sacs last year, Vlad did. So there's quite a few. Plus he had a 1 or 2 or 3 the year before. So yeah. So if you don't hear a video, if the next video is just music, it's because if you hear my cold, what happens with me, because I get bronchitis very easy, and I get coffee, I get really raspy in the chest. So I'll probably call the doctor tomorrow and get a prescription sent to me, or to the pharmacy anyway. Usually he'll do that because I know what I'm getting bronchitis, and I know I'm getting it right now. And he's pretty, for a doctor, he's pretty cool about just calling a prescription in for me instead of me having to go in there and see him. Of course, if I run the first prescription dry and I don't feel good, then I do have to go see him that second time. But so far, it hasn't happened. Usually that zithromycin usually knocks it out of me. So, yeah. So what's today is Sunday. So we're going to put this video up today. My goal was Tuesdays and Saturdays. So we may try something different on something like Sundays and Wednesdays. So we'll see. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together, right? And hopefully you guys will join me in the journey all year long. Watch some of these beautiful spiders grow up, like the Harpactera pulchripes and the Chilobrachy species electric blue female. Both of those are females. My Ornithoctonae species, Prison de Abuelas females, beautiful. We're going to rehouse the larger one into a basketball cube and watch it just web the living crap out of it like a GBB. I think it's going to be really cool. I'm really looking forward to that, and I might get a couple more basketball enclosures and move my OBT. Now look at her. Oh man, I hope that you are female, at least one of the two of you anyway. And I don't know which ones I like better, these ones or the tetes. They're just both absolutely beautiful. So we'll see you guys later, and until I see you again, happy keeping.